depends the person, but if I had to choose one, magnesium.
We are getting those shirts made. We are getting the shirts made.
I like it.
Yeah, I love it because everybody's going to know. Best day ever for me. It depends for Emily. Hey, what's happening, you guys? Welcome to the Proclivity Podcast. And especially today is the Daily Drive. The Daily Drive is all about short, impactful information. And we're going to be giving it to you today. I'm here joined with my co-host, Emily Rodella. Emily, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Usually you are. And today what we're going to be talking about is a coach's diet. Specifically my diet. So what we're going to do is we're going to touch in a little bit about what a diet is. This is very important, you guys, and this is going to knock your freaking socks off, just the first part of this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to walk through my day, everything that I ingest, from all the supplements, when I'm taking it, how much I'm taking, the food that I have, when I'm having that food. And then Emily's going to do a audit. Quick review of it. She's going to take a look at it. And she's going to completely judge me and give me a grade because that's what Emily does. You know how judgmental Emily is. And then at the end, we're going to give you top 3 things to take from a coach's diet and to apply to your life. How's that sound, Coach?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. So the first thing that we're going to do, guys, is we're going to be talking about diet. But before we get into that, Emily, I want you to do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to write something down for me.
Okay.
I want you to write this sentence down. And you guys, you're more than welcome to join. You know us. We love it when you join us. And you have the pause button. Emily doesn't have the pause button, but you do. Okay? Maybe Emily has a pause button. We're just not part of it. Emily, write down, I cheat myself.
Okay.
Cool. Now say it out loud.
I cheat myself.
Man, how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel small.
Makes you feel small. How come?
Because cheating in my mind is I cheat myself. So cheating in general, not good. Cheating myself, not good either.
Yeah. You can cheat other people. You can cheat yourself. But overall, is it giving you a warm and fuzzy feeling?
No.
If I asked you this, does that sentence make you feel light or heavy?
Heavy.
Constricted or open?
Constricted.
Does it make you feel expansive or closed down?
Closed down.
Okay. What we walked through there, guys, is just being able to recognize that a sentence that she said is not sitting well with her body. That's why I use the closed down. Tension, right? Instead of open. These are feelings your body gives you when you have certain sentences said to you or you say out loud. We've all been in our heads before, and all of a sudden we just feel tight throughout the day. And it will show if you use something like an Oura ring or a Whoop, your HRV will plummet, your resting heart rate will go up, and you're like, but I did all the things. That's because your language is having an effect on your body. Now, why are we saying this? Watch what we're going to do here on just a quick switch. And if you're following us, if you're writing this down, good. I want you to. I want you to recognize how it makes you feel when I say I cheat myself. For Emily, it makes her feel small. For you, it might make you feel anxious, angry. Who knows? But make sure to write that feeling down because we're about to change it. Emily, do me a favor. I want you to cross out cheat and I want you to put in treat. Same sentence. Change cheat to treat. And now I want you to say it.
I treat myself.
You can even hear her vocalics change. They up-talked. They went up like, oh, I can,
Mm-hmm.
right? When we're looking for something or questioning something, we go up in our vocalics. Huh, right? Not huh. That's when it's sad or it's settled or it's, that doesn't feel good. We go down in our vocalics. Emily, now, how does that make you feel? Do you still feel small?
No, I feel love and joy.
Love and joy. How come?
Because I treat myself. That's loving myself and recognizing it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go back to the feeling within her body, right? Do you feel heavy or light?
Light.
Open or closed?
Open.
Do you feel expansive?
Yes.
We changed one word and Emily is feeling different. I want you to tune in if you did the same thing. Do you feel different? I treat myself. It sounds different. It feels different because it is different. Yet tune in, guys. Get ready for the kicker. Why is it then that a sentence like this that creates so much tension, so much heaviness, so much that we use it in our food? Cheat meal. Oh, I got my cheat meal today. Where else would you want to use cheat and feel good? Emily?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, duh. Right? Like, oh, I can't wait for my wife to cheat on me. Said no one. Can't wait to cheat on my taxes and feel terrible about it. Said no one. Well, maybe some people. I'm not going to say no one. But it creates this tension. So no wonder when we have a cheat meal, what do we usually do? Emily?
Usually we feel guilt or shame around it. And perhaps eat more.
So then how do we usually eat our food?
Either super fast, not present, we're trying to get through it, overdoing it, saying screw it, all the things.
All the things. Give me everything as fast as I can. Put all the sugars, everything, because, well, if I'm going to cheat, I might as well go all the way.
Or even eat by yourself, right?
There you go. There you go. The reason that we bring this up, you guys, is because the diet industry is a $72 billion industry. $72 billion a year annually. And yet we're at a 42% obesity rate. Woof. They are using these type of words to ingrain into our language so that we can go back onto the Ferris wheel and round we go. Yet until we break it, that you decide that you want to treat yourself instead of cheat yourself with your food, we need to start rearranging and shifting the way that we identify with food. That's how we start making change, because we know that nutrition is not that difficult. You know what to eat, and you're going to find out here as I go through my diet that you're going to go, oh yeah, that makes all sense. So then why aren't we all doing it? There's some identity stuff. So let's talk about diet, because the title of this podcast is A Coach's Diet. Emily, what's the definition of a diet?
It's the food and drink of an organism.
Oh, crazy. You're all on a diet. Every single one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, what's the diet of a cheetah?
Some other animal, smaller animal.
Well, what about a bunny rabbit?
I don't know, a mouse. Some other animals.
A bunny rabbit's eating a mouse?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh my gosh, that was savagery just happened. I'm just seeing like
does it eat carrots? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of this like rabbit with its big teeth ripping into this little mouse who's just innocently thinking like, oh, we could share this carrot. And this rabbit just rips his throat out.
I'm trying to think in the wild. I don't know. Are there wild rabbits?
You know what? Again, we're here to talk about nutrition. So if there's anyone that knows about rabbits, and particularly ravenous rabbits that eat mice, maybe it's your right. Maybe it's not your bad. Maybe it's your right. And I don't know. So if somebody knows, please let us shout out. Yet the point is, guys, is we don't judge, animals for the diet that they consume. But we ask people, oh, what diet are you on? You guys, the diet industry, it's called the diet industry for a reason. They want you to say you're on that diet so they can make the money. Everybody wants some of your money, including us. Be careful on who you're giving your money to. When they're using things like diet, we don't say diet on here. People get really confused when they start going into the proclivity method because they're like, cool, what diet are we on? I said, bingo, you're on it. What? Exactly. And no question marks start fluttering around and we work through it. Anything else on that, Emily, before we go into a coach's diet?
I recommend being aware if you use that, oh, this is my cheat meal or this is my cheat weekend or day, right? Ask yourself, okay, right, first change out the word, this is my treat meal if you do that. And then ask yourself, hey, how can I treat myself scattered throughout the week and not save it for one day, right? Because when we tend to save it for something, we can feel restricted in the other times, again, depending on your personality. And then it makes it even more like a bigger buildup. And then we tend to go overboard with it. So how can you treat yourself throughout the week? Doesn't always have to be food either.
Completely. Just signed up for a massage on my birthday.
Yes.
Shout out to Lizzie. Lizzie, if you're listening to this podcast, I actually don't know how to shout you out because I haven't gotten a massage. I don't even know how to refer people. But the referral is high. And she was able to get me in on March 15th when she said she was booked out an entire month. So I'm really excited. And I'm treating myself on my birthday.
Good.
Boom shakalaka. Thank you. So let's do this. It's time to go into my diet. What I eat, from the supplements I take, water I intake, everything in a day. So I'm going to go through this, you guys, and we'll put this in the show notes so that you can see. But I'm going to go through this, and then Emily's going to take a look at it and just give a review. Okay? So let's start it off. When I wake up in the morning, I make a special concoction. Right? It's something that I have done over the years, and I've kind of refined it, and it will most likely change as well. But first thing in the morning, I wake up, and I go out into my kitchen, and I make a 32-ounce bottle of chocolate element, because that's my jam. I toss in some Bubs MCT oil in there. Then I add 2 scoops of Vital Proteins collagen. I take 500 milligrams of vitamin C. And then I take 3 of the Heart and Soil organ pills. And that's my first ingestion of the day. Boom. Drink that, and I do it throughout my workout, right? I'll finish it before I walk out the door at, 8 o'clock, 8:30. So that's the first point. 32 ounces of that.
Okay.
I don't have breakfast. I do intermittent fasting daily. And so I usually won't eat until 11 or 12. When it does come to lunch, I will then have protein, 60 grams, whatever it may be. A lot of the times it's going to be ground turkey or chicken. Then that's going to be at the base of my glass Tupperware. Then I'm going to throw some type of veggie. Usually it's broccoli, crisped up. Got to make sure it's extra crispy. And some tomatoes. And then I'll toss a little bit of extra salt on there. And so that will be my lunch. So I'll have tomatoes, broccoli, and then there'll be some times we'll also have, bell peppers or something else at work as well. And then I'll usually have my second element. That's around 11 or 12. Then about 3 hours later, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I have a egg white protein shake. I know that doesn't sound super delicious, you guys. It doesn't bother me. Some other people need, Fruity Pebbles protein shakes. I don't. I have that egg white protein shake from Naked. It's just Naked Protein, right? Naked.
Just Naked,
the name of it. Okay. Then I have another serving of collagen, Vital Proteins, collagen, and that is my snack. Sometimes I'll toss in a couple eggs, or maybe I'll have some sliced turkey there for some additional protein if I feel like I need it. Then about 3 hours later, 6 o'clock, I have dinner, which again is going to be 60 grams of protein. And that's going to look something like maybe I have a steak, maybe it's ground turkey, maybe it is chicken. Then it's times 2 veggies once again. So I like cucumber with some hummus. So then I got the fats. I used to do cheese, but I found out my body don't like cheese. So now I'm doing avocados. So I'm making sure that I have some type of fat along with that. But usually it's double veggies every time. Bell pepper, cucumber, asparagus, something that I've cooked, or something that's going to be fresh or raw, like cucumbers or bell peppers. Then dessert time, you guys. Yeah, I have dessert. Here are a couple different things I may have for dessert. One, a spoonful of just nut butter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. Mm-hmm. And when I mean a spoonful, I probably mean 3.
Let's be real.
3 wishes. 3 wishes or 7 sundaes. And that could be real dangerous, but it's there. then I'm just like going down the line. Then 90% dark chocolate. I'm forgetting the brand, but I've really liked it. I think you got me one. I'm not remembering it.
There's a few.
It's
Ultra Eco.
It's 90%.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it might be that one.
There's no dairy.
Yes, there's no dairy in this one. 90% dark chocolate, so it has a little bit of sugar in it, gives it just a tint of sweetness. Or I do yogurt with some nut butter and blueberries, and sometimes I'll crush up some dark chocolate and toss it in there, or crush up some almonds and toss in there for a little crunch. Whew, so good. Mm-hmm. After that, I have my evening supplements. Get out your pen and paper, folks. Okay. I finish up with the Heart and Soil organ supplements times 3. Then I take vitamin D, anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 I use, or maybe even more, depending on how I feel, depending if it's been snowing in Reno for the last 3 decades. Vitamin C, it can be 1,000, sometimes even 2,000 milligrams. Magnesium glycinate, 360 milligrams. That's to help with sleep. Collagen, I take some more collagen, and these are in a pill form. So it's a complex blend of collagen. I take some fish oil. Did we ever figure out what the serving size of that was?
Yeah, so the current one you're on is around 0.4 grams or 400 and something milligrams total, which we'll talk about here in a minute. It's low.
Gotcha. Yep. Then I take some turmeric and then a little sleepy time tea with valerian root. And so that's my evening. And then I go into my evening routine. But this is pretty much how it goes. Other than tonight, I'm going to get a big old fat steak with your husband. So that'll be a little different. So that is my daily diet, guys. I mean, I don't veer too much from that. Even if I'm going to go out to eat, I forgot my lunch. Today I forgot my lunch. So I'm just going to fast. Cool. Or I would go over to Grateful Gardens and I would double the chicken, and it would look like 60 grams times 2 veggies with some fat. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. And that's what I look at. So taking a look at that, Coach, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you have a great foundation, of course. He's taking collagen 3 times a day. That's not 100% necessary, but I know that Joel is doing an experiment with taking extra collagen to see if it helps improve certain things, right? Collagen tends to help with torn ligaments, tears, any kind of skin repair, tissue repair, right? So I know you're doing a little experiment there. Can't from my knowledge, it can't hurt you. So might as well take it. The vitamin C helps with that absorption. Vitamin C also helps with immune system health. The organ pills I love because those are our little mini multivitamins to help catch all for the nutrients you may not be getting in a day. I like that you do MCT oil in the morning because that's a little fat to power you through your workout. And because I did notice your lunch, your protein with your veggies is very low fat. So something to think about. If you're ever feeling hungrier, if you notice after lunch, you're still like, oh, I'm still hungry or craving something, I would add a fat there and or carbs. Usually I like fat though because it keeps you satiated for longer. So that's what I've seen a lot of other people's too is like chicken and veggies. And it's like, okay, well, where's your fat? Either drizzle some extra olive oil on there, have a fattier protein like beef or pork or sausages instead, or add that avocado, add the hummus, add the handful of pumpkin seeds or nuts. Otherwise, looks great. In a perfect world, instead of the protein shake, we would have real whole food. But I know out of ease, the protein shake is great. And I love that you have the egg white protein shake because one, that's a more complete protein. It has the essential amino acids to have the full effect that we need for protein synthesis. And I love that it's unsweetened, right? There's no fillers in it. It's very plain and simple, which is great for your digestion, great for us in general, right? It's plain and simple. So that's awesome. Love your dinner. Love the treat. Side note on the chocolate, you could be referring to the Hue Kitchen chocolate, which was my favorite until a new sad study came out showing that it's high in lead. So we've switched.
Oh, yeah, I don't use that anymore.
It's very similar to me in terms of like the dessert as well. If you find yourself at the end of the day feeling extra hungry, you're like devouring your dessert again, I would go back to probably adjusting your lunch, adding some more complex carbs such as potatoes or something else, or a fat for sure. But and then the last thing, your supplements all look great. Like Joel said, 10,000 IUs, quite a bit. At the same time, it is winter. We're not getting in the sun very much. And depending on where your vitamin D levels are at, you could easily take 10,000 IUs a day and be totally fine. And actually it'd be very helpful. So I like that. The magnesium glycinate, great for sleep. So we want anywhere from 200 to 400 milligrams. If you have things like PMS symptoms or cramps or headaches, you can take even more and be totally fine. The fish oil, I'm going to change yours, Joel, in full script. I found a new one. The one I had them on was it was really good because it's one of the highest quality ones. It was really reputable for quality, yet it is very low in total omega-3s. We actually want to be, the research now shows that we want to be more like 2 grams, which is 2,000 milligrams total, which is actually hard to find in a supplement.
Whoa.
And this comes from research from Dr. Rhonda Patrick, which if you don't know her, she's very into research, which I always take, any scientist or anyone talking about purely research, I do take with a grain of salt because everyone's different, right? We say N equals 1, meaning you should be your own experiment and test yourself. Yeah, a lot of research shows that for decreased inflammation, you want 2 grams. So I'm going to change that to, it's going to be about over 2 grams actually for you. And actually she says 4 grams. She takes 4 grams a day to see if she gets even more benefit.
Every day?
Yeah, every day. 2 grams in the morning, 2 grams in the night.
Oh, man. Okay.
Turmeric is also another one, a great one for inflammation as well. So if you have any kind of pains, aches and pains, turmeric would be a great one to add and try out for yourself in addition to that omega-3.
Yeah, and that turmeric right now is it's a super high dose. I'm doing it for 30 days. And then I'm going to back off, do a little bit less, but absolutely. Okay. So you talked about adding a different type of fish oil. Is there anything else that you would add to this or change?
For you, knowing you, no, this looks great. Again, it always depends the person in terms of what you're taking. I know you're getting some blood work here soon. We'll take a look at that with your functional medicine practitioner and see what else you may need or be low on. Sometimes you could take things out, right? Your vitamin D could be really high already, and we might not need to take 10,000. You might be something like 1,500 as a maintenance. And then the other big thing that I just saw was the lack of fat at your lunch. But again, you have the MCT oil in the morning, so that could be carrying you through and you could be totally fine.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I did chicken thighs the other day and I did it with olive oil and stuff. But one thing I noticed is like when I got done with that, because initially I was doing ground turkey with the cheese, a good amount of cheese. And I was feeling satiated after doing that. But now removing dairy, I didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about bringing an avocado and tossing some avocados in there, and I didn't. Yeah. And I was like, I can feel that I'm hungry here.
Yeah.
So that's a good catch right there.
Yeah. I also really like
super good
Primal Kitchen's mayo. I'm not a huge mayo person in general, but their chipotle lime mayo is really good. And you can make a little taco bowl out of it. So that's another way you can add fat in, make it really easy for yourself if you don't have an avocado, if you don't have the other source of fat, or a fried egg or two.
So just drop a spoonful of mayo in there and just mix it in.
Exactly.
There you go, guys. That was worth this entire podcast right there. Just toss in some mayo and mix it around.
If you don't know about mayo, though, make sure the oils are avocado or olive oil, right? We don't want those little seed oils in there causing more inflammation. So Primal Kitchens is a great brand.
Primal Kitchen. And if you guys want, hit us up. If you're listening right now, this is some insider information. We have our Proclivity approved product list that we just created. Ooh, if you want in on it, homie. If you want in on it, just shoot us on the down low at emily@proclivity.co. And we'll send it over.
In all seriousness.
Full PDF.
Seriousness, yes.
That too. Okay, so as we promised, this is short and to the point. This is the diet of a coach. Again, is it super complex, Emily?
Nope.
No. Right? Consistency is king. Repetition is the mother of all skill. Yet simple and easy are not the same thing. This is what a lot of people struggle with. And there's certain things that happen and have happened throughout my lifetime to get me to this point, such as my palate changing, my identity with alcohol and sugar and food, and being able to try things like high amounts of collagen or fasting for the longest amount of time. I've tested this. Emily have tested this. We've come down with a systematic way to be able to get you to point A to point B a lot quicker without the BS. And for it to stick, because we change what's going on in the noodle. And that's the Proclivity method. If you guys want to check it out, take a look-ski, www.proclivity.co. Yet let's leave them with something. What are the top 3 things that people should take from a coach's diet? From my diet, what would be like the 3 things you say, like, hey, take these 3 things over everything else? And I know it depends. Let's try this.
First and foremost, keep it simple, right? Joel does 2 meals a day plus the morning, I call it a boosted drink, right? Whether it be the protein shake, the element, coffee, tea, whatever. You add some fat, you add some collagen. It's boosted. It helps you get you through your morning. So that, to me, makes it simple if you are someone who is on the go in the morning or you're not hungry in the morning. So simplicity, same with your meals, right? Protein, veggies, boom. It's nothing fancy. Also, prioritizing protein every time you do eat. Aside from that boosted coffee, there is a little collagen in there, but that's like added benefit, right? But when you have your meals and you do 3 servings of protein a day, you're getting 3 good chunks of protein and quality protein. So protein. That's what most people are missing, is enough of that. And then lastly, treat yourself, right? We still treat ourselves. We still have... Yep. Because if you don't, again, it's going to lead to the screw-its at the weekend or at the birthday party or at the brunch. So treat yourself throughout the week in little ways, whether it be the 3 Wishes cereal or the massage, right? Or buying yourself a nice pair of Lululemon pants or whatever brand. Sorry if you guys don't like Lululemon.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you want, treat yourself. It'll help and go a long way.
Beautiful. There it is, you guys. The daily drive. We delivered it to you. Not sure how long your drive is, but we tried to keep it as short as we can. Emily talks so much. It's really hard to rein her back. Just kidding. You guys, if you have any questions, as always, we love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out to us at any time. You can go to our Instagram page, proclivity.co, or you can go to our website. You can get in contact with us there as well. Coach Emily, anything else before we take off?
No, just go out there, keep things simple. You got it. All right, guys, that's it. Episode 103. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next time
on episode 104. And until then,
best day ever.
Best day ever. Coach Emily, I have a question for you. If you had to choose between living in a big city or a small town, which one would you pick and why?
Small town. I don't like big crowds of people, and I like being in nature.
I mean, we're talking small. We're talking like 5,000 people or less.
That's hard.
Or like San Francisco, Seattle, New York, Denver.
Yeah, small town. Still.
100%.
Yeah.
5,000. Are you kidding me? I'd do 500. I'd be best friends with all 500 people. It would be the best.
Yeah.
It would be the best.
Yeah.
You guys, if you stayed this long and listened to that question, what do we want you to do? Go into the review section on the podcast, leave a review, 5 stars would be great, and put the answer in here. When you do, take a screenshot, send it to us via Instagram or Joel or Emily at procleaver.co, and you know what we're going to do?
Send you a box of Element.
Send you a box of Element. First person who does it gets the box of Element. All right, that's it. See you later.
Bye.